Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a rematch against Sara from battle number 17, my longtime girlfriend. We've also battled in team together numerous times in ORAS, and as you can see, she has a really cool team like usual. So it's definitely going to be another good one, and we're going to get into it. So, looking at the team preview, I was thinking she was going to want to lead with the Lycanroc to maybe get the Stealth Rock set up turn 1, so I decided to lead with my Pangoro to try and counter that as best I can, and she actually does end up leading with the Lycanroc Moon form. So she is going to go straight for the Stealth Rock just to get the entry hazard set up early on me. It does do quite a bit to my team. I'm just going to go for the Hammer Arm outright, trying to take this thing out. And I am going to drop it all the way down to its sash, but it does survive because of that. I'm going to get my speed lowered from the attack and also take damage from the Life Orb. So this turn I am just going to go straight for a Bullet Punch, and that is obviously going to be enough to finish off the Lycanroc and drop her down to 5 Pokemon, and I am also going to take more damage from the Life Orb. So then she is going to come in with the Primarina. So I have no choice but to switch out here. I know I cannot survive a fairy attack, so I'm going to come in with my Mantine to try and absorb that. I am going to take some damage from the rocks, and she is going to go for the Moonblast. So that is going to take me down to a little more than half, but she does get the special attack drop too, which is quite unfortunate for me. So I do outspeed her actually. I'm going to go for the Air Slash to try and get as much damage as I can, which is not going to do much of anything after the special attack drop, unfortunately. She's going to hit me with another Moonblast, taking me down to about a quarter of my health. So I'm just going to stay in here and go for another Air Slash, hoping to get some more damage, maybe a flinch. I really don't have a solid switch out to Primarina right now. So she is going to go for another Moonblast, and luckily I do survive that with 3 health, but she actually gets another special attack drop, which is very unfortunate on my side. So I figure at this point I might as well stay in and go for one more Air Slash. I barely get any damage, but I actually get a flinch, which is nice, so I get to live another turn and go for another Air Slash to get a little bit more damage on this thing. But I actually get a second flinch in a row, which is pretty nice for me, so I get to hang around for one more turn with the Mantine and go for another Air Slash, taking her down to about half health. But this turn, she is just going to go for one more Moonblast, which is going to finish off the Mantine and drop me down to 5 Pokemon. So then I am going to come in with my Tauros and take some damage from the rocks, and also get the Intimidate to lower her attack. Not really going to matter since it is a special attacker though. And I'm just going to go straight for the Wild Charge here, which is going to be more than enough to finish off the Primarina and take her down to 4 Pokemon, and I am also going to take some recoil damage off that. So then she is going to come in with the Decidueye, and that is going to force me to switch. I really don't have any good moves for this thing with Tauros, so I'm going to come in with my Shiinotic, and I'm going to take some damage from the rocks, and she's just going to go for the Leaf Blade. So that is going to drop me down to about half. She actually gets the crit on that, which was unfortunate again on my side, but then I am going to regain some health with the leftovers. So then this turn, she actually is going to outspeed me and go straight for the Brave Bird. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to survive that. That is going to take out my Shiinotic and drop me down to 4 Pokemon, and she's going to take a little bit of recoil damage off that. So then I'm going to come in with my Manectric to try and turn things around. I'm going to take some damage from the rocks, and I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Manectric. And I'm going to get the Intimidate to lower this thing's attack, which is nice, but not really going to matter because I am going to go straight for the Overheat, and that is going to be enough to take out the Decidueye and drop her down to 3 Pokemon. I do get my special attack harshly lowered, but more than worth it to get rid of that threat. So then she is going to come in with the Salazzle, And I'm going to switch here with my special attack harshly lowered. Not much I can do to this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with my Lowland Marowak. I do resist both this thing's stab moves, and I do take some damage from the rocks. And she's going to hit me with a flamethrower, which is going to take me down to a little below half. So this turn she is going to go for a Sludge Wave, probably the best move she has for me, hoping to take me out. But I actually do survive that with 2 health, which was awesome. So that is going to let me go for the Earthquake. But unfortunately for me, she actually does have a Focus Sash on there, so she is able to survive because of that. So then this turn she's just going to go for one more Sludge Wave. And that is going to be more than enough to finish off the Marowak and drop me down to 3 Pokemon. So then I'm going to go ahead and come in with my Pangoro, and I'm going to take some more damage from the rocks. So she actually makes a good play here and decides to switch out, save the Salazzle for later, and come in with the Celesteela, predicting the Bullet Punch, and I do end up going for that. So that is not going to do much of anything to this thing. It is very bulky. And I am going to take damage from the Life Orb. And she is going to regain some of that health with the leftovers. So this turn, she is going to go straight for the Flash Cannon on me. I stayed in because I don't really have any solid switch options at this point. That is going to knock me down to 30 health, but I do survive. Go for the Hammer Arm, and that is going to drop her down to about a quarter. It is going to lower my speed, and then I'm going to get knocked down to just 10 health with the Life Orb damage. And she is going to regain some health with the leftovers. So this turn, I decide to go for the Bullet Punch here for 2 reasons. One, to get one last little bit of damage on this thing before I go down. The second is because my Life Orb damage is actually going to be what takes my Pangoro out, so she's not going to get the Beast Boost for the Celesteela, which is good news for me, obviously. So that is going to knock me down to 2 Pokemon, and she's going to regain some health with the leftovers. So then I'm going to come back in with my Tauros and take more damage from the rocks and get the Intimidate to lower this thing's attack, even though it doesn't look like it's going to matter. It looks like it's a special set. So I'm just going to go straight for the Wild Charge this turn. I do outspeed, so that is going to be more than enough to finish off the Celesteela and drop her down to 2 Pokemon. And I'm going to take some more damage from the recoil. So then she is going to come in with Beware. So I decide that it is time to bust out the Z move. So I do have the normal Z move on Tauros, which is, of course, the Breakneck Blitz, just for a really powerful attack to have on this guy. So I am going to charge full force at this thing, hit her up with that. And she actually is going to survive that with about a quarter of her health. This thing is very bulky on the physical side, probably has the fluffy ability too. So she's just going to hit me up with a Hammer Arm, which is going to drop her speed, but also take my Tauros out and drop me down to 1 Pokemon. And she also was Life Orb, so take some damage from that as well. So finally, I'm going to come back in with my Manectric. Kind of has the weight of the world on his shoulders here, so I'm going to get the Intimidate to lower his attack after I drop some health to the Stealth Rock, and I am going to go straight for a Thunderbolt on this thing, which is going to be more than enough to finish off the Beware and drop her to just 1 Pokemon, which is going to be the Salazzle. So she comes back in with that. Just barely alive with 1 health, and luckily for me, I do outspeed this thing. I wasn't sure if I was going to or not, so I'm just going to be able to go for 1 more Thunderbolt, which is going to be more than enough to finish the Salazzle, and that is game. So, thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.